children. It's just about time for bed. If you hurry, I'll read you a bedtime story. Come on, Wendy and Bobby. If you hurry, Granny's going to read us a bedtime story. I get to pick the story tonight.
Oh, no, you don't. You picked one last night. Tonight's my turn.
Children, please notify me how it is I pick the story tonight. Now let's see. How about Peter and the Wolf? Granny, you read that one last time. I did, didn't I? Oh, wait. This one looks mighty interesting. How about the adventures of Johnny Appleseed? Johnny who? Johnny Appleseed. You know, the pioneer man who crossed the wilderness planted. Jennifer, do you want to tell us the story, or should I read the one here in the book? I'm sorry, Granny. Go ahead. You read the story of Johnny Appleseed. All right. It was apple cider time in Massachusetts Bay Colony when a son was born to Elizabeth and Nathaniel Chapman. They named their firstborn son John, but he was later to be lovingly known as Johnny Appleseed. The year was 1774, 2 years before the forefathers of our great nation declared independence from England. These were difficult times, but despite the hardships that Johnny suffered, he grew up to be a caring person and who respected all living things. As a young boy, Johnny's love for the outdoors made it very hard for him to concentrate on his schoolwork. In fact, on Sundays, especially in the spring, school was the last place Johnny wanted to be. All right, class. Today we'll all review our 2 times table. After I write a couple on the board, I'll be calling on you for the correct answers. Now, you all did very well on this last week. Let's see how much you remember. All right, the first one is 2 times 3. Molly, how much is 2 times 3? That's an easy one, Mrs. McIntosh. 2 times 3 equals 6. Very good, Molly. Next is 2 times 9. Wilbur, how much is 2 times 9?
2 times 9, 24.
I'm afraid that's not right, Wilbur.
Oh, gee, Miss McIntosh, I knew the answer last week.
Well, then why don't you know it today?
Well, you see, Betty Sue didn't give me the answer this time.
That's enough, children. The right answer happens to be 18. We'll try one more. All right, let's try 2 times 5. 2 times 5. How about it, John? 2 times 5, John. John Chapman, have you been paying attention to me? Well, Miss McIntosh, John Chapman, what am I going to do with you? You're never going to learn your lessons unless you start paying attention and stop this daydreaming. What will ever become of you? I know I spend a lot of time daydreaming, Mrs. McIntosh, but I just can't seem to help it. Well, then tell me, Johnny, what you're always daydreaming about. Why don't you come up here and tell us all about it? Sure, Miss McIntosh, I'd be happy to.
A beautiful dream, and I'm gonna make it happen. He has a dream, a beautiful dream, and he's gonna make it come true. I'm gonna put some apple seeds in a bag and travel all across the land, and then I'll sprinkle those apple seeds here and there. It's a
By the way, I have something here for you. An apple for the teacher. Oh, Johnny, how can I ever say mad at you? You know, Miss McIntosh, someday I may even name an apple after you. Yes, Johnny had a hard time paying attention in school.
Sounds just like somebody I know, Bobby.
At least I don't get in trouble for talking all the time, Wendy.
Come on, you two. Let Granny get on with the story. Good idea. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. Well, eventually, Johnny did learn how to read and write. For later in his life, reading and following the words of the good book were to bring him as much fame as an apple tree. Johnny was about 23 when he decided to turn his dreams into reality. Following buffalo trails and Indian paths, he set out to the wilderness with just a sack of Appleseed, a few meager possessions, and the clothes on his back. These were pioneer days, and Johnny hoped to ease their lives by planting apple trees across the new territories. What a sight for the pioneers when they first set eyes on this gentle but strange-looking man.
Pa, you won't believe the funny-looking man heading his way.
Well, what's he look like?
Well, Pa, he's got on ragged-looking clothes. He's carrying a real big sack. And to top it all off, he's barefoot.
Sounds like that there Johnny Appleseed I've been hearing talk of.
Well, hello there, settlers, and how are you this fine day?
Very well, thank you. And who do we have the pleasure of meeting?
Well, my real name's John Chapman. The people around these parts call me Johnny Appleseed.
I knew it. Ma, Granny, kids, come here. There's someone here I'd like you to meet. This is Johnny Appleseed. Johnny, I'm Amos Smith. This is Granny. This is my wife, and these are my two kids. Pleased to meet you all.
Mercy me, what in tarnation will possess a body to go around just like that?
Well, Granny, you don't need fine and fancy clothes to have everything you need right here in this little sack. Sure, Granny Smith, you've heard of Johnny Appleseed. He's the fellow that goes from town to town planting apple trees to give the sellers something to remind them of home.
Mercy me, planting apple trees? Well, that beats all. A man should have a home. Can be cared for. Tell me, what's so important about apple trees anyway?
I think you know right well what's so important about apple trees, Granny Smith. Well, there are hundreds of things that you do with apples, and besides that, they taste good too.
Apples were meant to taste just candy. Apples were meant for us to eat. After you try, there's just no denying that apples can make the most tasty treat. Apples were meant to taste just candy. Apples were meant for us to eat. After you try, there's just no denying that apples can make the most tasty treat. Nice and dry in sunny weather, you got yourself a batch of apple leather. Squeeze out the juice from just a few, and pour yourself a cup of apple cider too. Apples were meant to taste just candy. Apples were meant for us to eat. Mashing or dry, there's just no denying that apples can make the most tasty treat. Pull out the jar, put it in a tin, then put a juicy batch of apples in. Take it up and take it out and be on mine. You got yourself a tasty apple pie. Apples were meant to taste just candy. Apples were meant for us to eat. After you try, there's just no denying that apples can make the most tasty treat. Apples can make the most tasty treat.
Will we have supper soon, Johnny? Will you join us? Much obliged, ma'am.
Yay!
Come on, Johnny. Tell us a story about your travels. Sure, let's all gather around. Now, let's see. I think I've got one you'll enjoy. One day, I entered a small village and found myself smack dab in the middle of a battle. between the settlers and the Indians. Our shots were flying every which way. And as you know, I'm not fixing to hurt anyone. I'm mighty fond of the settlers and I'm mighty fond of the Indians too. So I say to myself, what should I do? What did you do, Johnny? Tell us, what did you do? Well, first, I tended to the wounded on this side, and then I tended to the wounded on the other side. But then, all of a sudden, out of the blue, a stray bullet falls from the horse and hits me, kerplunk. Were you dead, Johnny? Were you dead? Of course not. I'm here, ain't I? How come you weren't dead, Johnny? See, I always keep this little book tucked here under my shirt. And let me tell you, it comes in handy in more ways than one. Tell us, Johnny, aren't you afraid of living out in the forest by yourself? Afraid? Well, there's nothing to be afraid of. I get along just fine with the wild animals. But don't you ever get lonely? Lonely? Well, not at all. I always bring along my two best friends. Your two best friends? Well, who are they? My 2 feet. Your feet? Whatever do you mean? Granny Smith, you just giggle us.
Tap, tappy, tap, tap, tappy. Tap, tappy, tap, tap, tappy. I carry my load over mountain, stream, and road. As across this wilderness I wander. These happy feet keep a tapping to the beat. As across this great big land I go. And as I roam, the forest is my home. And of all the many friends I meet, the two best friends I know, everywhere I go, are the tap, tap, tappy, tap, tap, tappy feet. Tap, tappy, tap, tap, tappy. Tap, tappy, tap, tap, tappy. Right foot you know, tells the left one where to go. As across this wilderness I wander. They seem to say, Johnny, get along your way. As across this great big land I go. And as I roam, the forest is my home. And of all the many friends I meet, the two best friends I know, everywhere I go, are the tap, tap, tappy, tap, tap, tappy feet. Tap, tappy, tap, tap, tappy. Tap, tappy, tap, tap, tappy. Tap, tappy, tap, tap, tappy feet.
Supper's on, so get it. It was about time. I've had my fill of these stories. Scare everybody half to death. Mercy me. Well, many years passed, and soon the countryside was filled with the screams of Johnny's labor. Apple picking time all across the land. You see neighbors and kinfolk alike gathered together to bring in the harvest. It was hard work for everyone, but when it was over, the celebrating of fun began. Granny, what did they do in those days to have fun? Did they play Pac-Man? They didn't have video games in those days. No, children. Back then they celebrated the good old country hoedown.
Pick an apple, put it in the basket. Pick an apple, put it in the basket. Fill that basket high. Start filling it up to the top. Start filling it up to the top. We're gonna make an apple pie. Pick an apple, put it in the basket. Pick an apple, put it in the basket. Fill that basket high. Start filling it up to the top. Start filling it up to the top.
Appleseed.
Hey, Johnny, are you the fellow who travels across the country playing apple trees for everyone?
One and the same.
I don't know, Johnny. You keep on worrying and fretting about apples all the time. You're going to turn into a real apple fritter. Hey, look, Johnny, here comes Granny Smith. Hey, Granny, did you bring those same apple dumplings you made last year?
Sure did, Silas.
Touch him, Johnny. You can use her dumplings for cannonballs.
All right, folks, the all boys have arrived. The fun of the dance is about to begin.
Up your boat, tell everybody that you know there's gonna be a sailor's dance tonight. Put hair and shine your shoes, sing out loud and spread the news. There's gonna be a sailor's dance tonight. We'll all form a circle, and a circle round and round. It's easy to learn and just keep turning, easy lifted off the ground. Put hair and shine your shoes, sing out loud and spread the news. There's gonna be a sailor's dance tonight.
All join hands and circle to the right. Going to keep dance till the morning light. Now circle to the left, keep spinning around. Till your feet start lifting off the ground. Now everyone into the center. To the center now, my friend. And now back out to the circle. And we'll do it once again. All join hands and circle to the right. Gonna keep going all through the night. Now clap 3 times and touch your toes. Now circle to the left, yes, that's how it goes. Now everyone into the center. To the center now, my friend. And now back out to the circle, and we'll sing it once again.
Put your hands on your feet, tell everybody that you know there's gonna be a sailor's dance tonight. Put hair and shine your shoes, sing out loud and spread the news. There's a melody for one soul, one corner everyone knows. We'll have a sailor's dance tonight. Sailor's dance tonight, yeah!
Oh no, Granny's dozed off. Wake up, you didn't finish the story yet.
Granny, you were sleeping. I wasn't sleeping. I was just resting my eyes. Now where was I? Oh yes. The brave pioneers that set forth into the wilderness faced both dangers and hardships. They left behind many of the comforts of home. While today we may still appreciate a sweet, tasty apple, in those days it was one of the few treats that the settlers could look forward to. Johnny Appleseed not only provided these early pioneers with a bountiful fruit, but he also enriched their lives by sharing with them his love and respect for all living things.
Come on, please don't leave yet, Johnny.
Can't you just tell us one more story? Children, everything has a time and place, and right now it's time to be moving on.
Oh, Johnny, just sit with us a little longer.
Tell us a story about your friends in the forest.
All right, just one more story.
What are you doing there, son?
You see that bee? It was just about to sting me.
Well, that's no need to hurt the little fella. Let me tell you a story. One day I was sleeping in the forest when all of a sudden a hornet flew right up the leg of my pants.
Did you smash him, Johnny? Did you give him a good swat?
Oh no, sakes alive. I just rolled up a pants leg, picked that hornet up and said, fly away home, little friend, fly away home. He didn't want to be up my pants leg any more than I want him to be there. See, children, God's creatures are not just my friends. We're also on this good earth to live in peace and harmony.
That's all right. I'll finish reading the story. Many years have passed since Johnny Appleseed wandered through our country's wilderness. Some people say on a gentle summer night, when the smell of sweet apple blossoms filled the air, you can still hear the sound of Johnny humming and singing as he passes through the valleys and fields of our great land.
Is that the end, Jennifer?
I'm afraid so. It says the end. I guess you better get to bed.
But what should we do about Granny? Should we wake her up?
No. Why don't we do what Johnny Appleseed would have done? Let's just let her be.
Yes, we'll let her be.
He had a dream, a beautiful dream, and he really made it happen. He had a dream, a beautiful dream, and he really made it come true. Because he put some apple seeds in a bag and traveled all across the land. And then he sprinkled those apple seeds here and there. And now we see apple trees everywhere. And now we see apple trees everywhere. And now we see apple trees everywhere. There are apple trees
didn't practice this quite this way today. So all chorus members, this is the time now to come up.
Me too. that tell you something when they tell her, let's go on and sing the school song before this is over? We're so proud of all of you boys and girls and all of you sitting out here tonight too. You're what Cape Elementary is all about, and we're all very proud of what you've done. Mrs. Lance, we thank you. We thank you, Mrs. Lance, for your hard work. And let's have Mrs. Baden and Mrs. Bolter and Mrs. Miller stand. Boys and girls are so used to when you call their teacher's name, they stand too, that they stood. This is a great class, and they're telling us goodbye, and it's hard to hear them tell us goodbye. They've been a great class. They're in large classes right now, but they've made the most of it, and that's a credit to the boys and girls and to the teachers, and to you parents for helping us out so much. What we'd like to do now, our PTO is so wonderful also. They've worked so hard for all of us. And they have a reception prepared for us that's going to take a couple of minutes for us to set up this evening. So what we'd like to ask all of you parents to do is to wait until the boys and girls have gotten out of the cafeteria. They'll go back to their rooms. Then if you will go back to their rooms also and give us about 5 minutes to set some tables. And then we have cake and punch and